All right, it is now 7 o'clock PST. Got to get this started here. Let me just record one more area. And you're good to go. Let me just make sure my sound's playing. Share sound. All right, Dino Bro, D Smith, welcome. Epifania, welcome. Manny's, welcome in. Happy New Year to you all, since some of you, this is the first time you're actually hearing it from me. Now, what's today? January 4th, 2022. So it is finally 2022, and it's kind of crazy. 2021 went by so quick. It's probably one of the fastest years I've ever seen. 2020 and 2021, for some reason, just went by real quick. What's up, Jose? Goldstack, Jonathan, welcome in. Juvenile, Khalid, or Khalid, Manny. Happy New Year's, everyone. All right, so I got a couple things with tonight's live analysis. Before I jump in, got a couple announcements to make. First off, let's make a lot of money this year, you guys. That's all I gotta say. For some reason, this year feels like a big year, a year where we're all gonna win. There's like this really deep feeling where I have to help you guys out make money. Like, you guys have probably seen all 2021. I've been like traveling, living my life. I went to Dubai twice, went to the Maldives, went to Mexico, went all over, while still making money. And I see that there's some people that are also making money, but then there's also those that struggle. And I was thinking about creating this policy within Market Masters Academy where it's kind of like in the military, no man left behind type of thing here. And so here's my overall ideas. And now I'm not sure if this idea will fail or if it's going to succeed, but we're just going to run with it. So my idea for 2022 is to change things up a bit. We are going to have volunteers, people who want to come in and also help other people out within Market Masters Academy. I know there's some people that are already crushing it in the markets within our community. And then there's those people that need help that just, they're not getting it and they need that extra assistance. So I was thinking, I'm very busy. For me to help out everyone, it's very, very difficult. So I was thinking about selecting a few, those that I've seen that have shown that they're knowledgeable, at least in a specific topic, and having them doing some teachings. And, this is all so we can all help each other out. Let's just say, I'm just going to pull out a random name, Victor here. Let's just say Victor, he's really good at Fibonacci, let's just say. And so I can have Victor help out with, teaching you guys how to do the Fibonacci portion. I can also jump in myself, but, if there's someone who specializes in a specific topic, we can have group discussions on that topic and, be able to help each other out in an environment where we're all here to build each other up, not tear each other down. I know there's lots of people there struggling, so we want to help each other out here. 2022. Now, I hope you guys can see this vision and can join me in it. And, we all contribute, not just those that are seeing results, even those that are practicing. Sometimes teaching others, actually teaching others is one of the fastest way that you can retain knowledge quicker. So let's say if you learn something new, if you teach it right away, that's just going to stick onto you much quicker. So that's what I want to start doing. Those who are interested, there is no fee for this. You know, we're all here to help each other out. So if anyone is interested in doing the teaching portion, you don't have to be a super expert, no anything major, just as long as you understand like a decent amount in that specific topic, then, you know, message me after this. We're going to be creating a private group just for like the ones that do want to do the teaching part. And then we'll be scheduling those events. It might be even during like these technical Tuesdays where we'll be able to do like the trainings, or we can do like training Thursdays or something. You know, we'll come up with something together as a team. But yeah, that's the goal for 2022. I want everyone to win. See, Jonathan, you said, let's do it. All right, so that's awesome. You guys' messages. I'm reading, by the way, just so you guys know, reading you guys' messages there. And by the way, so make sure when you send a message inside of the chat to put it to everyone, not just hosts and panelists, because it will only be me that sees it and not everyone else. But there's a bunch of messages coming through for hosts and panelists here. And also, by the way, so hosts and panelists, so we'll be doing like the trainings through Zoom. So I'll be the host and I'll be inviting someone as a panelist. So let's just say like Epifanio, I know you're a mentorship student, so I can like go to Epifanio and like, you know, promote to panelists. And so now he'll be able to share his screen, you know, talk, go through some trainings. But for now, let me take that off. All right. All right, you guys. So let's get started with the Technical Tuesday. That was a major update. Forgot to get on that buy on GU. Yeah, GU is going up right now, but I was actually going through this with another cool guy from my mentorship. We're kind of going through the GU earlier. Anyways, and actually, I wouldn't necessarily say perfect entry on GBPUSD right now, just because it's at the high of, you know, going into the uptrend. I know it's at like that resistance area, so yeah, there's still a chance for it to reverse. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a perfect buy entry just yet. Just because I also notice on the bigger time frame, overall everything's just like going in a downtrend right now, currently at like a resistance. So you just got to be careful with that one there. Yeah, there was some crazy movements, and now we're starting to see a lot more movement in the market. You know, in December, things were kind of slow. Lots of traders, institutional traders going on vacation. Me, myself, I'm not an institutional trader, but was on vacation. It's just normal during those times to be vacationing. But yeah, things were kind of moving kind of wacky during December, and now moving into January, we're already so far my trades are 100% out of the 2 trades, so 2 for 2 for 2022 so far. Got 1 trade open right now for, I believe it's USD CAD. Anyways, let's do a full breakdown. I know we have some high impact news during the US session. And let me zoom in here. All right, so we do have some high impact news at 5:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for USD. This is ADP non-farm employment change. This Friday is NFP. So NFP, there's going to be a lot of high impact on CAD and USD happening. But anyways, for today, high impact on USD and CAD. So we're going to be checking both of those out. USD CAD is actually one of the trades that I'm in right now. and I'm currently in for a sell. Overall, I think we're just looking at price action and everything. Things are bearish for USD CAD, but let's just see if everything else correlates. I see someone messaged previously like about correlation. So correlation, if you notice that the USD on multiple currency pairs are showing the same thing, then it's just giving you signs. So overall, like USD CAD is showing that it's going down. If I look at the DXY, the dollar index, we checking to see if it's also showing signs for reversal. So overall, I've been consolidating in this area. Look at the daily divergence. By the way, I predicted from all the way over here that price on the dollar was going to rise just because of this major reversal that was happening here. So it did do its rise, but now after the rise, it's done 1, 2, 3 pushes towards the upside. Usually after the third push, that's when you start noticing a reversal, which is now doing like that reversal pattern. We can kind of notice like a 1, 2, kind of doing its third point right now. So we'll be most likely seeing the US dollar decrease in value a bit. And so since I'm expecting decrease in value on the US dollar right now, it's consolidating, but expecting decreased value, that means it's correlating with what I see here with USD CAD, which is USD will be dropping against the CAD. But I'll also be checking on CAD as well. And I see someone said GBPJPY. Can you check that out? Yeah, I can take a look on that pretty soon. I'll be looking at USD and CAD for now, and then I'll check out any other requests after. And actually, let me put a quick poll up here for everyone. This is only for those that are inside of the Zoom. Sorry, you guys on YouTube. But the poll asks, what currency pair would you like me to analyze? And we'll go off of whichever one's the most so far. Seeing a lot of GBPJPY. All right. So and by the way, we still have one other announcement. This will be after the live analysis here, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's check out CAD JPY, just because we'll be looking at JPY stuff. Out into the weekly, and actually I'm going to expand my screen a bit more. I have a wide screen here, so I'm just going to expand it just a bit more, not too much where you guys can't see it that much. All right. So currently right now, there's this major resistance area here. Usually in this area, you can see that price goes from an uptrend to a downtrend from that area. So it's pretty valid. Same with this area down here. Price goes from a downtrend to an uptrend. So right now it's in an area where it's expected to reverse. We do see divergence on the bigger time frame, while this is going towards doing higher highs here. Now to trap the price, going to get my support right there. Go down into the daily. Do see it broke towards the upside over here. Now, even though if this is going towards an uptrend, there's a potential for a downtrend. So the valid way going into an uptrend is, you get the low, get the high. We see it rejected off that 61.850% area. It's going up. If it doesn't go into the 0% area, then it's most likely going to start reversing. So if we notice that this is the farthest that it goes up, then there's going to be a chance for a reversal. So if it does do its reversal, we'll be looking Fibonacci reverse like this. It didn't get into 78.6, so that's good. So there's still a chance for price to break below 50% and be looking to sell here. The only hard part that I don't like about this is it hasn't broken that major support down here just yet. So I'm a little iffy on the sell there. Let's check out some other CAD JPYs. So far on CAD JPY, I'm seeing that there's expected decrease. But it might not be as strong of a decrease as the US dollar will. So many said is at a double bottom. So yes, it is a double bottom on this daily time frame. Yes, but overall for the double bottom, so double bottoms are a bit confusing, but the way that I would get neckline is this point here connected to this point right there. And so, you know, I don't really like necklines that are like that just because it's slanted up. I'd prefer it when it's slanting down just because it's like a better entry. So right now it's basically at the neckline now. So yeah, it hasn't broken it yet, but it does show that double bottom there. Now, if anything, it's more of like a triple bottom here. We see 1, 2, 3 right here, but the breakout already happened. Neckline right there. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, the distance already hit. So yeah, it's already past that. Okay, so let's check out some more CADs. Going to erase everything and start from scratch. Right. Let me remove my pivots as well. Major resistance up here. Okay, so EuroCAD is at a major support. Major support. Just by looking down here, I noticed a divergence here. We see higher low here while this is going down like that. And it's at a support showing signs of a reversal. 1, 2, this is kind of like the third bottom right there, neckline. I don't like this type of neckline, but yeah, I'm just going to channel this out right here. And so divergence here as well. 1 hour. All right, so just based off of what I see so far, what I'm expecting for the price to do, we have low, lower low. Price is most likely going to come up to about here, come back down to about right there, and then break out. Retests, continue. So this is my overall prediction of what I think is going to happen with EuroCAD. Is it's going to rise? So that means CAD is going to get weaker or Euro is going to get stronger. And here I'm expecting for CAD to get weaker, which kind of goes with my prediction there. So this is going to get stronger. Be looking for buys. CAD, JPY looking for sells. All right, going to check out a couple more, and then we'll get into like, actually, let's look at the poll here. So I'm going to end poll. Share the results. So far, winner here is going to be GBPJPY. I'll check that one out. Then GBPUSD and EuroUSD. And then see about the other ones. And those that are newbies here, I know you guys, it sounds foreign when I'm talking about trading. If you are brand new to trading, what I suggest is, taking at least the free training within Market Masters Academy. There's an area, if you go to marketmastersacademy.com, go to free training, just take as much free training as you can get, or even just by watching some of these YouTube videos that I release, you can start understanding more and more the more you listen to it. So someone said take the 7-day FX mastery. Yeah, that's the overall like biggest one. Obviously, like the pricing kind of says it, but yeah, I'm not. That's if you want to invest in yourself more on the bigger side. But anyways, GBPJPY, super bullish right now. I'm just going to erase everything. Weekly. I noticed divergence here. While this is showing that it's going up like that. Okay, strong. So we have a strong resistance right here. These other points are pretty strong too, but yeah, this whole area right here is like kind of unknown. This is why you mainly notice like these wicks hitting it and then bouncing off. Okay, let's see a bit further. Okay. Zooming in closer. Just checking one final thing here. So I think there might be potential for a bit higher on GBP JPY just from looking at this. Okay, so now those that asked for me to check out GBPJPY, is there like a specific reason behind that? Because I see it's so usually for like really strong price movement like this, what you normally see is what's called a flagpole pattern. So for flagpole patterns, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. It will do this. So it will have a strong spike coming up and then consolidation coming down and then like a breakout. So that's what's happening now with GBPJPY. Spike coming up it's most likely going to consolidate. Now, the consolidation, sometimes it's bearish consolidation. Sometimes it's sideways. Sometimes it's like a little upwards. So it really depends on what we see there, but I would kind of wait for the consolidation first to be considered as a flag and then find a breakout. But other than that, it's strong bullish on GBPJPY. No entry for me just yet. Someone said looks like a descending triangle. By the way, when you send messages, make sure it's to everyone, because I get a lot of messages here, but I can only see them unless you want to keep it private for me to see. Yeah, I would just kind of stay away from GBPJPY just for a bit. Just keeping an eye on it, but like you might be able to catch something if you're like looking on a smaller time frame, but yeah, everything's like pretty bullish right now. No major signs of reversal just yet. Like, yeah, so. All right, next one we have on the list here is EuroUSD. By the way, thank you all for spending your time with me here. I know you could be doing other things. We won't be too long here with the analysis. Then we have one final announcement, or maybe two, actually. All right. So next one, we'll check out EuroUSD. So EuroUSD, just going to erase everything. Out into the weekly. By the way, if you're wondering why I go out into the weekly, it's not because I'm trading that time frame, because that would be like a long-term hold. Each of these candlesticks represents one entire week. So it's mainly because institutional traders, or the big banks, well, institutional traders work for the big banks. They're trading mainly on the bigger time frames. So they'll look at major key areas where it's going to be like best time to sell, best time to buy. So like this is a monthly time frame. Just imagine if you can catch this peak all the way down here. That's not realistic. Like, I mean, it is realistic because you can see it, but that's so many months that you would have to hold this. This is a long-term trade. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like a whole year that you would have caught just by catching this resistance point. Yeah, it's important to know these points just because you do notice price does reject off of it. And I know there's people that don't like technical analysis traders, but the proof is in what's the word? The proof is in the pudding, I think, is the saying. Like you can actually physically see that price is rejecting off these areas, even off like monthly time frames. So you can't tell me that the past price doesn't predict the future. Like, why did this area here make it go from an uptrend to a downtrend, and then same spot right next to it right here made it go from an uptrend to a downtrend? Not a complete full 360, but there was rejection off of it, strong rejection. So it's definitely why I prefer doing technical analysis, and I'll mix it up with a bit of fundamentals. But anyways, back in topic. Let's look here. We have some support there. So price broke out of this major resistance coming up right now. I like this because it's like at a double support right there, because it broke off this resistance and then this bottom area there. So if I zoom in, I'm going to be looking for something here that tells me it's going to reverse. But so far, I don't see it. Just drop the price a bit more here to see something. Okay, so I think it might have a bit more to drop down. Maybe just like very bit more. Well, this is big time frame, so we're talking like 500 micropips. Actually more than that. So let me go down to the daily. Erase this. We do have 1, 2. This is a third push there. So usually after third push, there's exhaustion. Right now, consolidating. It's been consolidating for a while. I was actually looking at this earlier when I was discussing this with a buddy of mine. So it's just consolidating right now. There's nothing major. And actually, if price even came above here, I wouldn't be buying anyways because there's a strong resistance. And I think it can possibly drop some more. So this one's not really a good one. And I'm expecting USD to drop in price. So if USD drops in price, that means Euro will be stronger than the USD. So we should be expecting some rise, but even though if it does a rise, it doesn't mean it's doing its complete reversal, because usually after the rise, you want to see like double bottom, triple bottom or something that confirms like a complete reversal from this major downtrend here. So gonna hold off a bit on that. Hope I didn't lose some of you there. I know it's a bit confusing, but you have to really think about it sometimes. Part of doing analysis. Okay, next on the list, and I think this will be the final one here, and then I'll release the announcement for those that are patient. Let me just take a sip of water here real quick. All right. So far, what I'm seeing next on the list is GBPUSD. I feel like did I not go through that? I might have gone through that already. Yeah, I did. Okay, so AUD, USD, USD CAD. I already did USD CAD just because I'm in that trade. Okay, so AUD, USD. All right, let me erase everything. One sec. Okay, so bigger time frame. Got a major resistance there. Pretty strong support right in this area here. So I think price is still going to travel a bit lower into more of this area here. We'll just check this out. It is going on a downtrend, and it did only do like, this is technically the second push. Usually there's at least 3 pushes. So get my resistance right there. Daily. I do want to get my Fibonacci tool right here just because it's perfectly aligned. price is around that 5061.8 area. It like pretty much just hit it perfectly, but there's still a couple more things I want to see first. The other thing is the support right here. So it might go up a bit more, just because we see one push, two push. We're expecting a third push. So we'll most likely be expecting this right here. Push, and this is very common. I see this multiple times. Push, come down. It breaks that support finally, comes back up, hits like resistance on that support. Plus it'll align up with this left. This is like left shoulder. It'll line up with that right shoulder right there. And then break down, neckline like that, or wherever it will be at. And yeah, so this is the potential of what will be happening with AUDUSD. I think this is going to be pretty accurate. I don't, sometimes it's kind of crazy, but like these little predictions here where I put the lines, a lot of the times it goes that direction just because I've seen the market flows and I know like how things move. And then AUDUSD is like pretty nice flowing too. It's actually one of the recommended ones, because it's like steady flows, lower lows, lower highs. Like it's nice flows. You can easily see like support and resistance areas. Yeah, and actually, one other thing I noticed, neckline right here. So that's neckline distance from here to here. So price might go up all the way up to this level here. I guess we'll just see. But I'm not going to be buying this. I'm mainly going to be looking to sell this because overall trend's going on a downtrend. Small uptrend, bigger downtrend. Remember that. Downtrends will always have a bigger downside than it will an upside. All right. Anyways, that is it for tonight, you guys. The announcement is here. Let me just answer this question. Someone asked on YouTube, what broker do I prefer to use? There's two pretty good brokers that I have been using for the longest now, LMFX and Trader's Way. I've also tried other ones too, but these, for some reason, I always go back to. I've held large amounts in there, still keep large amounts in there. And yeah, I actually keep most of my larger amounts in LMFX. And then Trader's Way, I usually do that for like auto trading stuff. Okay, so announcement. You guys waited, now you get it. So this announcement isn't related to what I mentioned in the beginning. In the beginning, I mentioned how we are putting together a group where we're all going to be helping each other. There's people that struggle in certain areas. Maybe like they're really good at the basic stuff, but they're not so good at, let's say, Fibonacci. So we'll be having people teach those things for those that weren't here in the beginning. And if you do want to be a teacher, just reach out to me. We'll create a group full of people who are decent. You don't have to be a super master at a certain craft. As long as you can help people out and you want to help out, then reach out to me. But the main announcement that I want to talk about is a special training. This one, I have never really gone through this specific topic ever. You know, I've talked about it through like trainings of the 7-day FX mastery, stuff like that. But the main thing is I'm going to show how I had my 100K day. Yeah, I'm pretty known for that. Maybe some of you guys might know about the 100K day. It was actually not exactly 100K. Obviously, it was like somewhere around 106,000 and some change. But anyways, Angel said you remember that. Yeah, this was back in 20 I think it was late 2019, early 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, something like that. I don't even remember myself. It was kind of a while ago, but so I'm putting together a training where I'm going to be going through exactly what I did for that specific day. And there's something I don't really talk about when it comes to certain things like this. So like part of my strategy was auto trading. Okay. I'm sure some of you guys have heard about it. Auto trading is good. If you have, I want to say if you have larger amounts. For smaller accounts, it's very difficult because there's not much room for the market to move around and do its trades and stuff like that. So, but that's not how I got the 100K. The main thing was from my own trades, and it was with a specific strategy where I look for it, and it doesn't happen all the time. It is on the bigger time frame, but I do snipe it and I get closer and closer. And this exact strategy I'm going to be teaching inside of this group training that I'm doing. And it's just kind of like something that I thought about doing for 2022. It's by the way, there is a fee for it. Just up front, I'll let you guys know what the fee is, and then I'll talk about what stuff is included. So straight off the bat, it is not super expensive, just so you know. It's only $22. Reason why I priced that is, you know, we're in 2022. Yeah. So $22 just to join in. Inside of this group, it's going to be something like this where I'm going to be live speaking directly. But it's going to be only for one day, and it's going to be about 2 to 3 hours. And on that day, it's not just going to be going over like my strategy and you know how to get that 100K in one day type of thing. By the way, that day it was about a 64K account. So I flipped it. I flipped it really quick. So it was at the end of the day, it was 160 something. So it did involve high risk, but there was high reward, and there was a specific thing that I was looking for. As I mentioned, I did go on the bigger time frame, and then there's a mixture of different things, but I'm gonna put it all together within that class, and it'll be like the full training on how I did that. I'll even show you guys like the full proof and everything that from that night. But it was just real crazy. I remember I was actually in I was traveling too, so I wasn't even on like my main setup. I was on a laptop, but there was a specific thing that I was looking for, and there's a bonus thing that I'm going to mention, and I actually haven't written it out just yet, but I just thought about it right now. So this is the group right here. So it's let me close this down. So it's 100K in one day training. Now, just because it's called 100K in one day doesn't mean you're going to make 100K in one day. Like there's no guarantee that you'll do that, but I'll show you the exact things that I did to do that. And even if it's not 100K, maybe it might be like a 10K account that you flip to, you know, to make 20K, or the percentage is somewhere around like 100, like 13,000 off of a 10K account or something. But yeah, so far the topics are tactics on how I hit the 100K day. what you can do with your money if you aren't currently doing for long-term wealth. And I'll actually mention specifically what it's towards. So dividends. If you haven't heard about dividends, I've been heavily like getting into that, just because it's been like a super mega wealth like transformation for many people. It's not the cause of my wealth, but it's something that long term, many people don't really think about long term. And I know many of you guys in here are young, probably like under the age of 30. So if you are, the best time to start is now. If you are in your 30s or 40s, it's still fine. You can still start like long-term investing, but I'll show you guys what to do, what to do for long-term wealth. Now, I'm going to be giving my tips and tricks that I use myself. You don't have to use it, but I'll show you and maybe convince you that you'll also be doing it as well. And by the way, if you don't join it, just look up dividends and do some more research on aristocrat dividends, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. And I'll show you guys how to get funding. Some of you guys already know how to do that. Some of you guys that are students have already received funding. So that's part of what I'll be discussing. Methods on creating side income. And by the way, the funding portion, you can use this together with the tactic. The only thing is funding does require like certain things. Like you have to trade a certain amount of days or whatever. Yeah, many. FTMO is one of them, one of the prop firms to acquire funding. But there's also ways where you can get your own funding without doing it from prop firms. And that's using the bank's money. We'll also be discussing methods on creating side income. And this is like a full 2 or 3 hour training. So like, it's going to be a while. Like we've only been on this, this live for about 48 minutes and we've discussed a lot. So in 2 to 3 hours of training, you'll be getting a lot of different things. And the 22 thing, that's kind of like a joke, because of 2022. But to me, that's just because I don't want to like deal with people who don't even have $1 to invest, and then how I get travel for free. So all of 2021, when you guys see me travel to Dubai and business class and all this stuff, it's all free. Well, there's like something specifically to do it, but it's free. So I'll show you guys the tips and tricks of how I can travel for free. Or if you don't want to do like the whole travel hack stuff, you can do things like, get money back type of stuff. And then I'm still thinking about other things. So actually one thing that I just thought about while on this live is I'm going to include something that is going to happen with the GBP. And it's specifically with the death of the Queen. Now she's not dead now, but when that time comes, we're going to be prepared. And as traders, we want to take advantage of every event, even if it's a tragic event. Lots of investors make most of their money during a downfall. Like, if there's a market crash, like that's when people make lots of money. So it's important to position yourself and be ready for when things don't look as good, basically is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, related to the GBP, there's going to be a strategy with GBP, and what I'll be doing, I'll be placing high risk, margin risk, but the reward will be big. And I know for a fact. So anyways, so much different things that I'll be covering. And actually, before I forget, I'll add that to the lists. Even edit. GBP list. Oh, right. I need to tell you guys how to join in. Give me 1 sec here. Added to training. Okay. Best way to reach me personally. I have actually been on Instagram pretty actively. So I want to say Instagram right now, unless you have like a phone number, whatnot. But anyway, so let me post the link in here for those that do want to join in. As I mentioned, it is only 22 to join in. It's one time. There's no additional anything, and there will be lots of nuggets for sure. Good question. So Juvenile asked what day, and I believe Juvenile, you joined in. Believe so. But anyways, the day is not announced just yet. So I even don't know which day just yet, but it is within the next 2 weeks. So I haven't announced this to really anyone just yet. Well, we do have like currently 17 people in here. So there was a few people that were told about it, but I haven't announced it just yet. I literally just announced it to like a few people probably 2 days ago. But yeah, it'll be sometime within 2 weeks. And if for some reason you just can't make that time, let's just say, you know, it's on a Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard. For some reason you can't make it because you had an event to go to or something, like you'll have the recording. So there will be a recording of all this, and yeah, you'll have access to it. You'll be invited into this private group as well. So so yeah, that's it for tonight. That was the announcement. And actually, let me post it in YouTube, because I know not everyone is on the Zoom meeting here. Angel said, I was just watching the Jubilee episode with Linda and I was waiting for your appearance. I was actually, so I was in that room. I just didn't go on the show. What a coincidence. My wife was on it, but I wasn't on it. She was actually the one that that got invited. Jose said, glad Technical Tuesdays are back. Yes, Technical Tuesdays are back. And actually, kind of the main reason for the bigger delay was I just purchased a house. So, you know, having to do the movement and all that stuff, like the signing of the paperwork, all that, it just took a really long time. So finally settled in, got my office, my home office all set up. Still doing like a couple things. Actually I'm planning on like turning on the webcam for once. Turn on the webcam for once, and you know, have my books in the back and everything. I have a pretty nice setup going on here. Yeah, lots of new things. This is basically going to be like my focus zone. Lots of new things will be coming for sure. So someone asked any update on the bracelets. Not sure if you received the update on in the group, but the bracelets came in smaller than they were expected to. Actually, it's kind of crazy because I ordered 19 centimeter bracelets, and that's the exact size that I have like my Cartier bracelets. So like my Cartier bracelet is like perfect fit, everything fits good, but for some reason the 19 centimeter bracelet for the tiger's eye stuff doesn't fit. Like it does fit, but it's just a bit tight. And I know for some people that probably have like a bigger wrists that you would not be satisfied. So I have some new ones being made again. I have to like double the order now. So yeah, have the bigger ones. Now, if you do have a smaller wrist, I did mention if you are okay with a small wrist one, then just let me know and I'll just ship the smaller wrist one. But I have like a ton of small wrist ones right now, and now I got to get the bigger ones. And someone said what time on Tuesdays for the technical Tuesdays. So it will now be at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, just like this one that started 57 minutes ago. And they'll be for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah. Okay, Angel, I just got your number now. If I'm not mistaken, you're the Angel that I think you are, then I'll go ahead and message you. By the way, congrats, Cornell. Congrats, Cornell. You should have received an email with a link to join into the group. And then just go into the group and that's where you'll be updated. Okay, Angel, I'm just going to go ahead and send you a text now. By the way, which Angel is this? Because I know a couple Angels. And Drew, I'll check your DM on Echofin. By the way, some of you guys aren't seeing the message because I'm still receiving the private messages. Okay, so one sec. Okay, I just messaged you right now. The link is right here. I posted it also in the YouTube channel for those that did want to join in. But anyways, I am going to be getting off here. It has hit the hour mark. Thank you all for being inside of this live analysis. Hope you guys got some knowledge behind how I do my trading. We'll be back at it again next week. This week is looking pretty good for the markets. I'm excited for all of January and onward. Usually the first like 8 months of like every new year, or the first 8 months of the year is always usually really good. So And the live analysis will be starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Angel, I think you sent the number wrong then. Because oh, it's 760. My bad. That's my fault. There we go. Got the iMessage thing come up. All right. If anyone has any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Risky Ricky. Risky Ricky. So I've been responding pretty much to everyone's DMs to there, or as many as I can get that are in primary or general. Sometimes I have to dig through the requests. All right, you guys have a good night. Thank you guys for being in this live analysis. And if so, I'll send it one last time inside of this group. Make sure to click it real quick because we're about to end this. But I'll also send an email to everyone so you can have it there. And congrats, Diana. Congrats, Diana. All right, see you guys. Let's crush it this week.